So what's your name?
Yullbrenna.
Ah, fresh meat!
Alright, hey everybody, Yullbrenna here with another Ability Arena gameplay video, and this time we are going to be playing Legion Commander. Legion Commander is one of the better gods in the game. It's definitely an A-tier god, and it's also one of the easier gods in the game. So if you're new to this game, this is definitely a god you should be playing because it's easy and it's good. So what does it do first? Legion Commander will gain damage every round based on total spell points your team has, and then you'll get it every round. So essentially you're just going to be gaining a good damage buff for your unit, and you're going to probably be building an instant attack build or you know, some sustained attack speed build type of carry, which is very common in this game. It's one of the early game carries and sometimes your late game carry. But again, it's just a god that everybody should know how to play, and it's very straightforward. You just put the buff on your attack speed unit, and you're gonna have a good time. You're gonna deal a lot of damage, and like I said, it's not nerfed heavily. This is a good god, so you can win with this god as well. So if you're new to the game, definitely learn how to play this god. So right now, what am I doing? I'm picking, as I said, attack speed build. So I've picked up Fiery Souls, I've picked up Bloodrage, and I picked up Bloodlust. So right now, I want to build attack speed for the moment. You know, in the early game, you're gonna have a lot of physical damage, so definitely looking into that. But then I also might try to sneak in, depending if it pops, there's a lot of instant attack builds and instant attack spells in this game, so that might be something I'm going for as well. Usually with these type of games, I always say when is a good time to play, when is a bad time to play. Obviously, if there's not a lot of instant attack, and there's not a lot of attack speed, which is very rare, but sometimes that happens, you may not want to pick Legion Commander and go another route, or if there's already a lot of attack modifiers. So if you already have Fury Swipes in the game, maybe you're already going to be doing a lot of damage, so it may not be the greatest time. So you can see I wanted to go the Lunar Blessings route, kind of buff up my carry to the max, but in this time it looks like it's getting a little bit contested here. If it pops, I'll use it, but for the time being, it's not really popping, and ideally you get it to super as fast as possible so you get that damage buff. So I see Viper popping out. Viper is gonna be able to work for what I'm doing right now as a physical carry. So I go ahead and I throw Insatiable Hunger for some additional attack damage, and then also Acorn Shot. Acorn Shot is a good spell to use for Legion Commander if you're going to be using an instant attack build. So that's kind of what I'm going for at the moment, and then I'll buff him up with Bloodlust so he'll get a little bit of additional attack speed in there. And since I wanted to add and buff him up even more, I'll go ahead and grab Sidekick as well. One of the things you saw, I pick up Fortune's End because there's Bloodless in the game, there's Bloodrage in the game, so if you pick up Fortune's End, it could purge off those buffs. And since I'm going to be dealing with an instant attack build, that won't affect my Viper as much, but will affect other people that are trying to build carries through Bloodrage and through Bloodlust. So that's why I picked up Fortune's End. It's really just a good solid spell to have in general. So you should be looking to pick it up a lot of games as well. And I get the damage out and win the round. So on a winning streak now. You can see I've already leveled up for ultimates because I have a few ultimates that I want to play with. But there's no reason you need to. You could do a shop 2 strategy, especially because you're building off of spell points. You're not building off of shop level. So there's nothing wrong with staying and doing a shop 2 strategy, provided the right spells are in play. So you can see, looking at a lot of the instant attack builds that I want. Boundless Strike would be great, as well as Acorn Shot. For some reason, it's just not popping for me at the moment, which is unfortunate, but that's just how Ability Arena goes sometimes. So not a lot of ones that I want to use. So I'll just go ahead and pick up Rod of Atos. The Disable could work really well. And I'll just level up to Shop 4. So I'm probably just going to stay at Shop 4. So I might as well just power level there. And, you know, solid strategy I like to do. I saw Glaives of Winsome. Don't really need that. But Boundless Strike finally pops up. So I do want that. And I'll go ahead and put that into my instant attack build that I'm building on Viper. This one's coming down to it a little bit here. I managed to get it, and there's Bloodlust again. And so now I need a little bit more frontline. You know, the Viper is pretty exposed. So I'll have Earthshaker come in, Bloodlust my unit, and then come in with some late Disable. And of course, as you noticed, I totally forgot, but my buff was on the wrong unit. So make sure you're switching it always to the correct unit. That was a bit of a whoopsie on my part. A little late after that when I realized that, so shuffling a few spells around and getting it there. You can see I put on Bloodrage and Infernal Blade. It's a combo I like to use. I've mentioned it in the past, and just a good solid spell, especially when there's a Bloodseeker build in this game. You want to go for a break. I could just do a value point in Waveform, so sticking to that for the time being, but Waveform's good at all levels. I see Walrus Punch. It's a spell, I definitely like it, but I am looking for some other spells. I'll probably pick it up later. I just need to find some other spells. I wanted to find some spells for my Earthshaker and my Centaur. Skipped over it for the time being. Maybe not was the best idea. I'll come back to it. Yeah, I wanted to go this Lunar Blessing route. Maybe it was a better idea. So I'll go Waveform, and I find Black Hole. This will be essentially a delayed CC. So I'll have Centaur come in, disable everybody, and then Earthshaker will come in with some delayed CC. This will hopefully create a lot of space for my carries to do their damage. And then of course the last build will be some support. So you can see that delayed ultimate worked out really well, and Nature's Prophet pops up. So I've got also Shadow Fiend too, so some good spells that I can pick. So I'll just go ahead, I can pick the Viper, keep him with the instant attack build, and then just have Nature's Prophet for the Blood Rage build for the time being. And then I'll have the support build as well. So got all my spells out, just need to round it out a little bit with Nature's Prophet and probably with Viper, but we're looking pretty good here. Acorn Shot doing some really good damage. There's the delayed Black Hole again. That's working out really well for me. And yeah, just looking for really, ideally an ultimate on both of my units. The Walrus Punch, I did favorite it, so hopefully it pops up again. Unfortunate that it hasn't shown up since I skipped over it that one time. You can see I'm looking for it, both Gaben Strength, or God Strength, however you want to say it, and Walrus Punch. Going for both of them, favoriting both of them, and they haven't been showing up for me. The idea was to go a God Strength build with my instant attack build, but getting a little unlucky here. Viper topping the charts right here. Completely all physical. Nature's Prophet doing a little bit of work. And I want some additional survivability. There's Press the Attack spell that I always love picking up. So I'll go ahead and pick that up for the time being. That'll round out my Nature's Prophet build. And I'm going hard on Acorn Shot. Acorn Shot, when it gets to super, is really helpful. And a big bonus when it gets to super and Gated. So Locking Shot for that. Locking Shot for the super on Insatiable Hunger as well. Both huge damage bonuses. You can see one hit of the Boundless Strike pretty much takes frontline down to half health. And then just following it up with some more physical damage, and I get another Boundless Strike in. So build is working out so far. Finding more Insatiable Hunger than I am the other spells.
Oh yeah, that's a given right there.
And there's Unleash. You know, could grab that, throw it on, just kind of as a value spell. It's not the one I want to go with. I want to get God Strength or Walrus Punch, so I'll just throw that in there for the time being until I can find those spells. Backliner's just getting absolutely obliterated. And of course I have two damage dealers that are ranged, so I'll go ahead and grab the Hurricane Pike. I can work on both of them. And I accidentally rolled. I finally found Walrus Punch and I rolled over it. I did not mean to do that. That was just unfortunate. I've only seen it twice and it finally showed up and I rolled out of it. So bit of a whoops there. Kind of happens when I'm just not thinking about it and I grabbed my item. Almost there on Acorn Shot. Boundless Strike is up there too. There's God Strength, so Lunar Blessing, really that's how I wanted to go, but that one didn't pop either for me. A lot of these damage spells not popping up. So I'll throw the God Strength onto the Viper and just have that value point in Unleash there as well. Press the Attack. I think Press the Attack could stay at level 3, but I do want to buff up Nature's Prophet himself, which is why I also probably am going for the super. So one thing to note about this build with, some would call it the Fly Swatter build, where you add in Boundless Strike into a Legion Commander build with Insatiable Hunger and potentially Walrus Punch that finally showed up, is you want to look out for Spiked Carapace. So Spiked Carapace is going to reflect damage, and if you're hitting this hard in a single hit with Insatiable Hunger and Boundless Strike and Walrus Punch, you're going to want to avoid Spiked Carapace. That's going to reflect that damage. So make sure you look out for that if you're going to play this build. Make sure Spiked Carapace is banned, and that's a huge counter to this build. And there is 2 Gabens here, so Insatiable Hunger now has the buff damage and the base attack time. The spinner's there to hold people in place, and then the Acorn Shot gets the 4+ bounce shots and the bounce range, which is huge so it doesn't die, and it grants the 60 bonus damage and reduced armor. So there's not a lot of armor in this game if people aren't having like Warcry or you know, Culling Blade or anything like that. So having the reduced armor is going to be a huge boost to the physical damage. So you see this Fly Swatter build, I mean, once Boundless Strike hits, essentially one-shotting a unit when it hits, and it's on an 8-second cooldown. So you're getting it off 2-3 times around, so you're just taking down heroes, you know, easily one-shotting them. And so let's go ahead and throw Walrus Punch on there, see if that does any additional damage, and I'll just throw God Strength on there. Whichever one pops, I'll put onto my carry, and the other one I'll just keep on Nature's Prophet. So this build, you know, the Bloodlust is helping a lot for the additional attack speed. Viper's pretty much 1-2-shotting people, easily topping the charts. I've got value points of spells and Torrent, and now I've got Sidekick to level 6. So he's going to have spell immunity at the start, so hopefully he won't get jumped, he won't get hit by Mystic Flare or anything like that, and he can't get targeted and easily killed. So you always want to protect your carry. Instantly killing backliners, you don't stand a chance. The delayed black hole coming into play, our backline is completely taken care of. And yeah, that guy just didn't stand a chance. Strategy is working out really well. And there comes Waveform Gaben. So Waveform Gaben now has 2 charges, it's got the additional cast range, and of course at the super it has the stunning effect. So a lot of CC coming into play for the Earthshaker, a lot of delayed CC. So after you think the initial overgrowth is done, we're going to have an additional layer of crowd control and stun. There's the Mystic Flare dodging that, and I have the heals as well. And you can see the damage on Viper is just unreal. Just haven't been stopped since I've gotten these spells into play. So I get Boundless Strike to Gaben as well, so huge effect there. And there's Gaben's Strength to level 3. I kind of want to try out, see how Gaben God Strength, however you want to call it, see how that works on Viper too. I've been using the Walrus Punch, but maybe this one will be better. I have both, so I might as well try it out for one round. I'm on a winning streak, so I don't think there's anything wrong with giving it a go and see what happens. A huge hit there, delete 1, and take down the Kunkka as well, pretty quickly, and take down the Naga as well, and the last unit. So that worked out pretty well, but then Walrus Punch gets back to super, so I kind of want to use that. Octarine Core, I've got a lot of low cooldown spells, like for instance the Walrus Punch, the Boundless Strike, and the Acorn Shot, so I think the Octarine Core is the best option there. I could have gone with a Refresher Orb too, but let's go with the Octarine Core. I think that should work out. And so this Fly Swatter build, getting Walrus Punch to 6, I didn't get it all the way to Gaben, but this should work out really well. And now I'm going to have, with Bloodrage at super, I'm going to have Nature's Prophet just completely buff up the Viper. Let's see how it goes. And yeah, complete domination. Viper totally topping the charts. This Fly Swatter build, a lot of fun. GG's. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed this. Try it out in your next game, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy.